I just think, and you know way better than me,
Yeah.
but like, it just feels like people are jealous of this new little wave of
They are, but I
rookies.
just hate that because, like, this is what we've always wanted as a league. So, like, who cares who gets the credit? And if you're smart, you're making money off of them.
Yeah.
Like, you are literally making money from the viewership.
And why bully the person who is like not 100% responsible, but like has a huge role in growing your sport?
Dude, and it literally like pisses me off when people are like, she's not the face of the league.
Who would be?
The silence was deafening. The bullying had gone unchecked. And for far too long, no one in the WNBA had the guts or the platform to call it what it is, targeted harassment. That is until Sophie Cunningham stepped up and finally said what fans have been screaming into the void for months. Enough is enough. If you agree with Sophie, then come and protect Caitlin Clark. Let's go.
There's really good, well-known people in our league. I'm not discrediting them. Like, we have a lot of badasses in our league.
Yeah.
Like, hell yeah to that. I'm all for that. But when people try to argue that she's not the face of our league,
Yeah.
or if our league would be where we're at without her, you're dumb as shit.
Yeah.
You're literally dumb as
Yeah, you're literally dumb as the noise has reached a fever pitch. The tension is boiling over. And now the conversation that once lived in angry comment sections and heated group chats is being shouted out loud by someone on the inside. Sophie Cunningham hasn't just seen what Caitlin Clark is enduring. She's felt it. And she's no longer standing by while the league's biggest star gets abused, disrespected, and sabotaged by opponents and refs who should be protecting, not punishing, the face of the sport.
One of the biggest stars the WNBA's ever
Who's that?
had. Her name rhymes with Schmaitlin.
Hurtland?
Yeah. What has that been like, seeing her not only kind of transform a league, but also just be like,
No,
is that fair to say?
not even just the league, but like
The
women's
sport?
basketball as a whole around the
Yeah.
world. No, I think it's awesome. I think it's so funny because she's like 22, 23 years old and the whole world is watching her.
Yeah, and then came a moment that WNBA fans won't soon forget. Cunningham didn't just offer vague support. She put herself out there in a way no other active player has dared. She took a swing, not just on the court, but at the entire system. The league that has profited from Caitlin Clark's success was now being dragged into the spotlight for failing to protect her. And Sophie was the one holding the flashlight.
You have seen players in our league try to like toughen up Caitlin. We call her CC. CC. For even when I wasn't on her team, like I know the talks that Phoenix had in the locker room of like, no, we're gonna prove her, we're gonna show her what the W really is. You know what I mean? And like, I get it to a certain extent. And like every rookie coming into the league, that's how you're gonna treat them. But
Right.
there's just more for her.
What Sophie revealed is chilling. Not even having a battle-tested veteran protector might be enough to shield Clark from the forces aligned against her. Cunningham has seen this treatment up close. This isn't about rookie hazing or welcome to the league bumps. This is sustained, coordinated, and malicious. She's been there. She's played through it. And now she's finally calling it out. Cunningham laid it bare. She knows exactly what's going on because she was part of it before. Back with the Phoenix Mercury, she was in the rooms, in the huddles, and part of the game plans. And yes, those game plans included roughing up Caitlin Clark and teaching her what the W is really about. These weren't random hits. These were premeditated.
Her second year, and like now being on her team and like seeing it, I'm like, what are people doing? Like, actually, it's just too much, and
Yeah.
like it's just, I'm over. And if I'm saying it's too much,
And yet what she's seeing now from the other side is even worse. As Cunningham put it, every rookie gets tested. But this is something else entirely. Now that she's wearing the same jersey as Caitlin, she's seeing the vendetta from a whole new angle. What are people doing? She asked. It's just too much.
No player ever has gotten this type of treatment coming into the league. LeBron will probably be the closest person that got this type of treatment. And that's only because he big as fuck and he used to come to the lane, and the only way you could stop him is to pull him down. But even when they used to pull his ass down, they did not try to hurt him. A lot of times they would just grab LeBron and like just stop him from falling. It wasn't malicious with this shit. And it's so sad that y'all just turning a blind eye. Y'all just like, oh, it's not bullying. She's not getting targeted. She deserves it because she talks trash. Oh my God.
The numbers don't lie. Caitlin Clark has been on the receiving end of more physical punishment than any player in the league. In her rookie year alone, she was the target of 20% of the league's flagrant fouls. Yes, 1 out of every 5 flagrant calls was on her. She's missed games due to 3 separate injuries, 2 groin issues, and a quad strain. That's not a coincidence. That's a campaign.
All the sports anchors, they're all haters too. That's crazy. They're definitely not analysts. They don't know shit about basketball. Rick? What the fuck are you talking about? I've never seen so much hate on a new athlete since I've been living. Since my 43 years of living, I've never seen so much hate towards an athlete. He says, oh, she's not getting bullied. This is normal physicality. If you're gonna be talking shit, putting it in my face and saying, yeah, what up, then you gonna have that shit coming for you. Somebody gonna bust you in the mouth for knocking a shot down and talking shit about it.
But what's even more concerning is how these incidents have escalated, just as Cunningham has warned. From Kennedy Carter's cheap shot that somehow got called a common foul to Alyssa Thomas's shoulder assault that magically escaped a flagrant to Marina Maber's shove that sent Clark sprawling. The message from the officials has been loud and clear. We're not calling anything. Sophie Cunningham isn't just speculating. She's been in the league 6 years. She's played against Clark. She's now playing beside her.
Look, what we all been witnessing right before our eyes about our precious CC, my precious CC, Caitlin Clark, for the ones who didn't know. So basically, she was saying that when they was preparing, when she was on the other team before she came to the Indiana Fever, we talking about Sophie Cunningham. She was basically saying that the Phoenix Mercury players were basically game planning and saying that they was going to assault.
But what's even more concerning is how these incidents have escalated, just as Cunningham has warned. From Kennedy Carter's cheap shot that somehow got called a common foul to Alyssa Thomas's shoulder assault that magically escaped a flagrant to Marina Maber's shove that sent Clark sprawling. The message from the officials has been loud and clear. We're not calling anything. Sophie Cunningham isn't just speculating. She's been in the league 6 years. She's played against Clark. She's now playing beside her.
The first half, the refs didn't call. Someone should have been thrown out, and the refs did not call it.
Correct. I remember that.
They didn't. And so I was like,
That
all
was when
right.
she got
like,
full body
dude,
chested.
by 3 people.
late. Yeah.
Like 2 people, they're like, oh, it's fine. I'm like, if that was anyone else, I would have been booted out of the game. I know that for sure. I'm a little sassy, but like, so are they.
Your leash is shorter though, because they know.
Literally. I don't even have a leash. I just have a freaking collar and a hand on it. Anyway, so there was like 45 seconds left. The girl stole the ball and I was running back and I was like, we're up. I don't need to foul. And I was like, just let her go. And I was like, all right, like, who cares? Last second, intrusive thoughts. I was like, fuck.
And guess what? Fans loved it. Within 2 days, her TikTok exploded by 600,000 followers. Her jersey gone, sold out. Sophie didn't just gain fans, she became a movement. People weren't just cheering for her, they were calling her what the league desperately needed, the enforcer. And they put their money where their mouth was, buying up every last piece of Cunningham merch until retailers had to slap a sold-out sign on it.
I went from I think like
followers, yeah.
350,000 and like maybe 200,000 on TikTok.
You had 200,000 on TikTok a month ago?
No.
Before the fight.
Before the fight, and then I had like 350 on 100,000 on Instagram. Over the night, or over like a day and a half, over 1 million on both. Insane. This is coming from me though, dude. I got tired of seeing myself.
I get it.
And I love myself.
I get it.
I love myself. I was over.
Sophie Cunningham didn't just stop at players. She's also gone straight at the referees. She's had enough of their failure to do the bare minimum. Protect Caitlin Clark. And her most iconic jab, a simple TikTok. In typical WNBA fashion, the league didn't like the criticism. Their response, slap Sophie with a $500 fine. Her reaction priceless. I got fined $500 for this TikTok. I don't know why. This is funny to me, she said sarcastically. Like, okay, you got it, bud, because there's not more important things to be worried about with our league right now. That right there is a mic drop.
I'm not saying that your job is easy, but when it is a simple call right in front of your face multiple times, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What call are you like bugged out?
All of them.
Most? Everything?
Like, it's just like they're just so inconsistent. Like, that's my thing. Like, if you're on the other team and you're going to be finding the shit out of me,
yeah.
cool. But let me do it to
Didn't
you.
let you, yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
want
Like,
consistency then.
yeah, like just give. And I think that's players across the league and like new fans across the country. Like everyone's like, what is going on with the refs? And I'm like, I don't know. And you finding me $500 is not going to do shit.
And it's not just Clark taking hits without protection anymore. Sophie's now feeling it too. In that brutal matchup with the Connecticut Sun, she took an elbow to the face. No whistle. In another game, she got grabbed by the neck in a scramble against the Sparks. Again, no whistle. Same song, different verse. What used to happen only to Caitlin Clark is now happening to anyone who dares to defend her. That pattern, it's spreading like wildfire, and Sophie is walking right into the flames without flinching. Cunningham isn't afraid to say what others keep dodging. The greenied monster in the WNBA locker rooms. Jealousy. While most players avoid the topic, Sophie's calling it out with a megaphone. And let's be honest, the receipts are piling up. In 2025 All-Star voting, Clark was the runaway fan favorite, leading all players by a wide margin. Yet, shockingly, she barely cracked the top 10 among guards and player voting. It was so ridiculous that Dick Vitale called it pure jealousy. Sophie agrees, and the bitterness doesn't stop there. Some players have made shady remarks in interviews. Others practically celebrated when Clark got hurt. But what these petty players fail to grasp, and what Sophie nails, is this: Clark's rise lifts everyone. Bigger salaries, better flights, booming ratings, sold-out arenas. All of it is thanks to the Caitlin Clark effect.
One of the biggest epidemics in the history of sports right now is going on with the WNBA and their referees. They suck. All right, their referee situation blows. The officiating, they can't get the calls right. When they do go over to look at something, it takes them forever, and then they still get it wrong. And they also will not come down on these players for trying to take out the league's greatest asset. The league's greatest golden goose that is going to eventually make all these players and the commissioner and all these people all this money. They won't officiate.
And it's not just Clark taking hits without protection anymore. Sophie's now feeling it too. In that brutal matchup with the Connecticut Sun, she took an elbow to the face. No whistle. In another game, she got grabbed by the neck in a scramble against the Sparks. Again, no whistle. Same song, different verse. What used to happen only to Caitlin Clark is now happening to anyone who dares to defend her. That pattern, it's spreading like wildfire, and Sophie is walking right into the flames without flinching. Cunningham isn't afraid to say what others keep dodging. The greenied monster in the WNBA locker rooms. Jealousy. While most players avoid the topic, Sophie's calling it out with a megaphone. And let's be honest, the receipts are piling up. In 2025 All-Star voting, Clark was the runaway fan favorite, leading all players by a wide margin. Yet, shockingly, she barely cracked the top 10 among guards and player voting. It was so ridiculous that Dick Vitale called it pure jealousy. Sophie agrees, and the bitterness doesn't stop there. Some players have made shady remarks in interviews. Others practically celebrated when Clark got hurt. But what these petty players fail to grasp, and what Sophie nails, is this: Clark's rise lifts everyone. Bigger salaries, better flights, booming ratings, sold-out arenas. All of it is thanks to the Caitlin Clark effect.
You got tossed.
And it was 2-on-1. Yeah, I got tossed.
Did she?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we're good. But so in a situation like that, does Caitlin come up to you after and say, like, because the internet whole thing was, look at fucking Sophie sticking up for Caitlin, like, this is dope.
But I was.
No, I know you were.
But in the locker room, I think she was like, finally, finally someone else. I was like, dude, I got you. Like, but I think that kind of had our team come together as a whole. And it's like, no, we gotta have like, it was
awesome.
Yeah, no, it really was though. Like, I feel like everyone was like, like we do have to protect each other.
And it's not just fans and analysts starting to notice. Even Caitlin's brother Colin Clark briefly posted online blaming the referees for her latest injury. He deleted it, but the message was loud and clear. The family sees it too. Sophie doesn't need social media receipts to know the truth. She's living it. She's on the floor. She's watching Clark absorb hit after hit while referees stare blankly into space. The silence from the league is deafening. But Sophie, she's refusing to be quiet.
A good handful that it's like, all right, dude. And there's a couple girls in there
Dumb
too.
question. If someone were to say someone called men's basketball their whole life and then went over to women's, would they be expected to call the game differently? Just given the style and physicality and stuff like that?
But this isn't just talk. Sophie Cunningham has taken action on and off the court. She's become Clark's shield, absorbing the fouls, throwing the elbows, and drawing the heat. She's now one of the most foul players in the league, right up there with Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston. But instead of backing down, she's doubled down. She's showing the league that if you're going to keep targeting Clark, you'll have to go through her first. And the fans, they're eating it up. Sophie's follower count has exploded past 1 million across TikTok and Instagram. She's landed big-name deals with Adidas, Ring, and Arby's. She's even launched her own podcast, Show Me Something, under Colin Cowherd's network, The Volume. She's turned her defense of Clark into a full-on brand.
The thing that I have the biggest issue about the female sides of refs is they're so emotional. The guys, no, the NBA officials, the NBA players mother those officials no
Oh,
other.
yeah.
I've worked broadcasts, I've been to games, I'm friends with these people. They motherfuck them.
Yeah.
And the only person that I've ever seen able to motherfuck a ref on the women's side is Diana Taurasi.
And they take it.
Yeah, they had to.
Yeah, they have
and
to.
but when she's probably one of the worst people that I've seen go after refs, and I loved every second of it.
Yeah, while most WNBA players keep their complaints tucked behind closed doors. Sophie blasted hers on the loudest platforms possible, that now viral TikTok calling out WNBA refs. 1.3 million views and counting. Her jersey sales through the roof after one gutsy play defending Caitlin. She's gone from role player to fan favorite almost overnight. But this isn't just about going viral. It's about finally giving a voice to millions of fans who've been watching Caitlin Clark get abused and wondering why isn't anyone doing anything. Well, now someone is, and it's working. Here's what sets Sophie Cunningham apart from the rest. She gets the bigger picture. The WNBA cannot keep riding the wave of Caitlin Clark's popularity while standing by and letting her get battered. You don't burn down the golden goose that's making your league relevant. You protect her at all costs. Sophie understands that if things don't change, the WNBA could blow the biggest opportunity it's ever had to reach a mainstream audience.
Now, the refs, and I'm not saying they're emotional, the men and women, it doesn't matter the gender.
Yeah.
On our side, they are too emotionally invested and they can't take it. And I'm like,
is it new to the WNBA that you guys are maybe talking more shit back to refs, or has that been a thing forever?
it's always been a thing.
Caitlin Clark's value is beyond measurable. Her rookie trading card just sold for $660,000. Yes, more than 8 times her current salary. That's not just hype, that's history. And every ignored foul, every cheap shot, every shady no-call is like lighting a match next to the league's future. Sophie knows this, and she's putting her body on the line to stop it. That $500 fine, it's chump change compared to the million she's now worth in marketing power. Her viral foul protecting Clark didn't just make headlines, it made Sophie a household name. She's proven that courage and common sense can be a winning,